Okay, let's talk smokers today. So, if you have room for a smoker, they are fun to have. We do have videos on like our bacon recipes and stuff and what you can do without a smoker to make it work. But over the years, just going to talk a little bit about the different ones I've had over the years and what I've liked about them all. Originally, back in the original restaurant 20 years ago, I used a Big Chief smoker for everything. Bacons, hams, smoking sausage, smoked ketchup, smoked cheese. I love the Big Chief because things like the ketchup and the cheese and stuff, it never got too hot. The drawback to it was that you couldn't do a full smoke in it. I would get the smoke flavor onto it, the product, and then finish cooking it in the oven or finish braising it or sous vide it, depending on what the application was. But I will say, of all the ones I've ever owned, the flavor I got from the Big Chief was the one that most people commented on. In fact, at Seasonal 56, we used to sell our sliced bacon, and people would just buy that stuff up. They would take it, put it in their luggage, try to smuggle it to wherever they were going to. They loved it. And all I did was I would put it in my Big Chief. I had the tray with the smoker chips. I knew I wanted 3 trays of smoke. Then I would take it out, and then in a very low oven, I would cook it up to temperature. So you don't have to, just on a side note, if you have a smoker, you don't have to spend all day out here. In fact, I will show you a lot of things I do because I don't always want to spend 16 hours beside a smoker either. When my days off, I want to be out doing things. So we will, on recipes coming up, show you some tricks to get the flavor of the smoke, but then to quickly finish cooking it. That being said, my second favorite one was a master-built propane smoker, which this one isn't master-built, but I went with for my backyard. Now, I like this one because I can take it with me if I do an event somewhere where I want something smoked. So I might do like a ribeye, I would do hams, chickens, that kind of thing in it. The drawback I find with this is you can't really do a cold smoke. It tends to stay up around the 200, 250. If you wanted something lower, like if you were smoking the ketchup or you were doing cheese, or somebody was telling me the other day maple syrup, you want it really a lot colder. So that was one of the drawbacks. What I liked about this, and my first smoke I did in this one, I put a chicken in, spatchcocked it, put the spice in on it, got some really good smoke for a couple hours on it, and then I just cranked up the heat, got it to 350, and finished cooking it in time for dinner. It was still beautiful, it was still tender, but I didn't have to spend all day with it. If you want to do all day with it, it works great. Saturday I did some St. Louis style ribs on here. Took about 7 hours, but I worked in the yard. I kept an eye on it, did some other stuff out here. So it really has a lot of versatility. And like I say, I take this, I've had this in like farmers' fields doing dinners and that kind of thing with it. So it really is good. This particular brand, the Dynaglow, I got from Cabela's. As usual, it was on sale. I'm going to use it for a few more weeks, then I'll do a review on this, kind of give you my pros and cons on it. I've also done the offset smoker, where you build the fire and do the smoke in that way. Incredible flavor. I just didn't have the patience for, maintaining the fire, the temperature, all that kind of thing. So it was fun for a few times. I used it for a long table dinner at the cidery. I put a whole suckling pig in there. But it wasn't something that I ended up selling it because I just didn't want to spend all day doing that. But again, the incredible flavor from the real wood was something that was, and the color on the product from the smoke was amazing. So if you're into that, that would be a really fun way to go. The one I liked the least was the Bradley smoker. I was given one to try to use and to promote, and it lasted a few days, and it's like, I can't do this. The pucks kept getting stuck. It never got temperature. I couldn't get the temperature up on the thing if it was cold outside. So you go online and there's all kind of hacks for putting in, extra elements to get the heat up. And, you know, it had a Bluetooth thing on it, but once I went in the house, the Bluetooth didn't work, and then the pucks were stuck, and I wanted to throw that thing over my balcony more times than not. So I didn't even sell that one. I just couldn't do it. I just got rid of it. And then I have used, my son has a Traeger that he does some smoking on. The pellet grill worked really nice. I find it was more, I don't know, more of a grill than a smoker, or a combination of the two. Still lots of good flavor, but for the price, you know, I'm okay. I'm good with this or my Big Chief. Big Chief, one of the biggest advantages too. Some of these other ones with their Bluetooth and this and that, there's so many parts, so many things that can go wrong. The Big Chief, you can go online, you can order another pan, you can order another cord. Like, there's nothing crazy with this thing. It can be replaced, the doors can be replaced. So that was really cool. So yeah, we're gonna start adding more videos, some pro tips on the smoker. And then in a few weeks, I'll do a review on this. And hopefully, if you guys have room in your backyard, every kitchen needs a smoker.